Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another session of reflections. Today is Tuesday, I believe it's Tuesday, the 7th of April, and we have been able by the grace of God to um, survive, and I know that we will survive. We just want to thank God for all that He has been to us, all that He has helped us to do. And so this morning I'm just going to look at a few things and I want to engage you. So get your sentences ready, send them to me. Your Just two short sentences on how this has impacted you. How this shut-in has impacted you. Just two short sentences, and this morning I'll be able to interact with you. That's why I'm sitting where I'm sitting today, a little different. I'm just sending your comments. Sister Keisha, Sister Betty, good morning. Let me know how this has affected you. How has this shut-in? How has it affected you? Just send me so that we can talk about it. Maybe we'll be able to learn from each other. Now, yesterday we talked about influence and the fact that every one of us has influence. We have influence with the Lord as His children, that we can actually go to Him on our behalf, on the behalf of other people, and just hold on to Him, that we should wield the influence that we have with the Lord at this time. This morning I want to look at impact. Everything in life, our thoughts, our words, our actions, all of them have impact. So at a time like this, it's very, very critical that we weigh we look inward and we evaluate a few things, and we sort of take care how we think, what we say, and what we do. Everything in life has an impact. The impact of this time of shut-in is going to be felt for a long, long time. Already some of us in our various homes, in our various houses where we are already feeling that impact. For some of us, our food is already running low. For some of us, we cannot get fresh vegetables, fruits, because we are a little scared. We don't want to go to the grocery, and we really should try to avoid places that are unnecessary at this time. So many of us have to do with the food that we already have in the house. Many of us are scared to go out and get salad or eat salad, and those are legitimate concerns. And then even inside the home, the shut-in is bringing a lot of tension. Not for everyone. For some people, it's been a time of bonding. It's a time of getting to know each other. It's a time of enjoying, each other. Parents enjoying their children, even though those children sometimes can just be a pain. Sometimes they just get on your last nerve. But at least the children are enjoying having their parents at home with them. Finally, they have your attention 24/7. So when they start to do stuff, just let it be, because it's a very special time for them. For spouses, for family members who are in the same house together, it's a time of getting to know each other. We want to really, be positive about this time. However, there are other instances where the shut-in has led to domestic violence, sexual violence, and then some people are pushed to depression at this time. Some people are having panic attacks. Some people are having anxiety attacks. Some people have a crushing sense of financial failure. So all these things are going on. These are the impact of the time, or of the times that we are in right now. So I want you to just let me know, how has this impacted you? How has it impacted your relationship? How has it impacted your finances? How has it affected your world view? Because really by now we should be having a change in our worldview. What are the things that are important? I have suddenly realized that there are a lot of things I can do without. There are, there's only so much that I need. Um, Many of us, for some of us out there who have wardrobes full of different shoes, different color of clothing, different this, different that, how many of them have you been able to put on in the last 3 weeks? What exactly do you need? So it tells us that to survive, our needs are really, really, really very, very little. The things that are important are sometimes things that you don't use money to buy. Things like peace, things like joy, things like a relationship with the Lord, things like, things like a good relationship with other people. Those are things that you do not need money to procure. How has this affected you? I see you, Sister Lolade, Fola Yemi, my dear sister, I see you. So I'm expecting all of you. I'm still waiting on your comments. I'm waiting on your comments right now. How has this affected you? Ruth is saying it has made me more of a worshiper. I'm more bold with sharing the love of God. That's wonderful. At a time like this, it should really push us to the Lord. I want us to quickly look at, I'm still waiting on your comments to come in. I'm waiting on your comments to come in. I want you to tell me how this has impacted you, how this shot in has impacted you. I want this morning to be a little interactive. I'm going to do the same thing tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm still going to take more comments on how this shot in has impacted you. There's a story for us in 2 Kings chapter 7. 2 Kings chapter 7, and there was a famine, and this woman came to the king and said, we are hungry, and because there was a siege, so there was famine. And she said, my friend said, let's boil my own son and have him for what, I don't know whether they had the son for lunch or dinner or breakfast, I don't know. But they had that son as a meal. And when it was the turn of the friend to now surrender her own son, the friend said, no way, no way, I'm not giving you my son to be cooked for whether dinner or lunch or anything. So the other one felt aggrieved and felt that the friend had not done right, and came to the king and said, King, this is what happened. The king, of course, you can imagine, the king was distraught and said, what is this? And that is what happens in a time like this. Every man for himself. That's what people usually think. However, at a time like this, we can't be every man for themselves. This is a time for us to share. This is a time for us to turn to God. This is a time for us to cry to God for ourselves and for each other. Folayemi says, it's taking me back to my pen and paper. It's inspiring me to write. So I'm still waiting on your comments. What has it done for you? So somebody, Morenica, she said, good word, preach, Pastor Funmi. What has it done for you? I know that you are a medical doctor, and what has this really done for you at a time like this? It takes me to Psalm 61 verse 2. Psalm 51 verse 2. It says, hear my cry, O Lord. Hear my cry. It said, from the end of the earth, and from the ends of the earth, cries are going up to God right now. People who have never cried to God are now crying to God. But then it says, from the end of the earth, I will cry to thee when my heart is overwhelmed. And many of us, our hearts are overwhelmed. So sometimes I'm watching TV and, I just can't stand it anymore. I just turn it off. Sometimes somebody comes on TV and it's saying something. It just annoys me. I'm like, how can this person be saying a thing like this at a time like this? Somebody is talking about politics and re-election at a time like this. Is that the most important thing? Somebody is saying to me, it's reawakening my spirit. Another person is saying to me, it has led me to a total surrender to the Lord. I have realized the importance of just seeing my family and being safe and alive. It has alerted me to the second coming of the Lord, that the second coming of the Lord is near. So a time like this is making us focus on things that are important. And I want to assure us again, because reflection is a time of bringing us good news, giving us a hope pill every day to keep us going. Because this time also will pass. But I want us to reflect on the lessons that we are learning now and make sure that the good lessons we are learning, the impact of it, stays with us for the rest of our lives. It's a good thing if you are picking up your paper to write all the things that God had put in you for a long time. You are now writing it down. You are inspired to write. You are worshiping the Lord more. You are reawakening. Your spirit is being reawakened. You are getting ready for the soon coming of the Lord Jesus Christ. Those are wonderful things. Good, positive impact that it's having on you. And for those of us who may be on the other side of the problem, maybe we are getting a bad, the bad part of the problem, because suddenly we are very vulnerable. We are in a place of danger. We are in a place where we are being threatened. We are in a place where we are being abused. I want to say to you, pick up your phone and call for help. Run out for help. Don't stay in that situation. Don't lose your life. Don't lose your mind. Reach out. There are resources out there. If you need to call 911, call 911. Don't let anyone take your life at a time like this. Reach out. Reach out. And on a closing note today, as we remember the things that really matter, when our heart is overwhelmed, let's go to the rock that is higher than us. That rock is Jesus. Please send me more of your comments, because tomorrow we are going to delve deeper into how this shutting has affected us. I want to pray with us. Our Father, we are grateful this morning. Thank you, Lord God, for keeping us alive and well and waking us up again today. And so I pray for everyone, Lord God, who may listen to this session at any time. I ask for your blessings upon them. Once more, Father, Lord, we lift up all those who are out there on the front lines, the cleaners in the hospitals, the cooks in the hospitals, the doctors, the lab technicians, the nurses, Father, Lord God, the ambulance drivers, Lord God, all those who are working, the first responders, our law enforcement agents, the policemen, the firefighters, all those who still have to go about their duties, those who pick up our trash, Lord God, those who are making sure we have electric, who are running our power stations. Lord, we pray for everyone, oh God. Lord, please keep them and watch them and protect them. And for all those who have been made ill by this coronavirus, especially those who are dying in the hospital, we are asking for miracles. We are asking for miraculous healings. And for any other person sick from any other thing, Lord, we ask that you will touch them today and heal them. And for the rest of us, Father, please bless us. Please keep us. Please provide for us. Please protect us at a time like this. Lord, we thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen and amen. God bless you real good. See you tomorrow morning. Think about how this has impacted you. Send me your comments, and I want to assure you we'll be talking about them tomorrow. Please share. Let other people join us and hear this good news as we go along. Once more, it's Reflections, and my name is Funmi Obilana. God bless you.